Okay, so here we are, day 4. We have to finish connecting the resistor and then test the wires, right? From the push button panel.
Small resistors. Small, that's a relative term.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's just one left that's not connected back there. And so the way I put these in, there's too much exposed wire and not enough thread counts. So we're gonna make better connections, hopefully.
Yeah. Wire strippers right here. Make that more.
Well, that definitely looks like a better connection than I did.
Yeah, there. That's where I would use one of those crimp-on sleeves.
Uh-huh.
Then it would stay, and the wire would never fray.
Okay. So the connections are all much better now.
Yeah,
We pulled the 2 limiter ones for phase 2.
yeah, that wasn't even tight. Yeah, I've got to put a jumper between them, so it'll think the limit switches are all in position. Well, those are hex. I can use a 1/4-inch nut driver on that.
Right at the limit.
Now, what did this hook to, I wonder?
Nothing. If it didn't have a number on it, it wasn't hooked to anything. It was just.
Yeah, but some of the numbers are just...
At some point, it
missing.
probably did, but. So we mentioned in the last video that we're going to test with this motor, basically from the power. If it works, then we'll test it through the control or through the panel over there. And that's a security measure before we actually hook to the elevator motor. So we need to get these pieces of tape off so we can get access to the wires. I wonder when this tape was put on. 1918. Man. I wonder if I just cut them off.
Well, you don't want to make them short.
Okay.
There's probably some kind of connector under there too. Hey, push one of the up or down buttons and hold it.
So right now we're trying to identify the up and down buttons
Right.
and where they plug into the panel here.
Right.
The switch is on, and I got the up button pushed.
Alrighty. Oh, that ain't it. Try the down button, please.
Got it down and down. You know.
Alrighty.
So we were unable to get continuity, and so what they're doing is checking all the connections down at the bottom to make sure they're right first. And then if none of that works, we'll jump across 2 of the wires down there and hopefully get the right signal.
Like just twist them together and see if you're showing continuity on any of the 3 then.
That sounds like a plan.
Alright, that's what we'll do. Hang on.
I think I'll sit on.
So those 3 ceramic resistors, once they're back in, that's back to the condition it was before I started messing with it then. It's all hooked back up.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. So those are some ceramic resistors. One was broken. Neil glued it back together. So those get put back in, and that is in its original condition when I bought the building at that point.
Yeah,
Actually, better than its original condition.
yeah, probably. And I still got to get that phase loss detector thing hooked up.
And at that point, it's ready to test, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as we can figure out where the wires are going. On this spare motor, we have 3-phase, and we connect the 3 phases to each of those wires, or those leads, right?
Right.
Does it matter what order you put them on, or
No.
no?
And if you reverse any 2 of them, the motor run the other way.
The motor will run the other way. Okay. All right. That's kind of interesting to know, too, if that thing works or not.
They use 3-phase motors in things that have to run zzz, 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 and instantly reverse.
Instantly reverse.
It's called plugging.
Plugging.
I don't know why, but that's what they call plugging duty. Motors are built a little more ruggedly for that
Uh-huh.
because it constant need to
Repetitive
instant
motion.
reverse.
Instant reverse, yeah. Which is perfect for an elevator, right?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Except they connect through the big resistors when you first start off.
And that slows it down, yeah.
That reduces the shock to the motor and the cables and the gears. And
Uh-huh. Cool.
Yeah, we've wired them all together on the control wires, so see if you got continuity up there on them.
Alrighty.
You need to hold that closer.
Here's something. Something nearby. Well, that's interesting. I don't have continuity between any 2.
Okay, well we've got them wired together, so there's no wires up there for the controls?
Well, there's the ones that came off, but I've got quite a few extra wires up here. We'll start checking them.
10-4, they're there somewhere. I wouldn't think that they've been cut or...
But me and Bob's getting the control switch is all going to be nice and work good.
Okay, good.
But we just got to find the wire.
So here's the problem we got. The wires that are, we can't get continuity, meaning there's a break in the wires at some point.
Right.
And the ones that are poking out in the control panel look like that, but these look different. And so somewhere, wires like that are connected to wires like this that come up here.
Panel are solid core, and the ones up here are stranded.
Yeah, one in panel are a solid core, these are stranded. So wherever they join to come out like this is probably broken. The problem is we suspect it's under the elevator, which is already as low as it goes. So the plan right now is to get a pipe wrench and see if we can turn it and raise it a couple feet so we can look under the elevator shaft, which would be pretty epic.
Which sounds like fun.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go look for a pipe wrench.
All right.
Okay.
That's one down. You want to go the other way.
Go the other way. So I need to go on the other side, right?
Yeah, there. Turn it up and lift it.
Oh, but I can't get it. Oh, that went easy.
That's because you had slack in the cable, I guess.
Man, it turns easy. I don't see anything.
Yeah,
turning
it's
on.
moving.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see the drum turning.
So the elevator's coming up theoretically, right?
The other is coming out, period. I was watching the way the cable was turning when you turned it before. Now it's going down. So I figured the other way has got to be out.
See if Kern sees anything.
I went to school to learn that.
Yeah, there you go. Call Kern and see if he sees anything.
See any sign of movement, Kern?
Yeah, it's come up probably a couple inches.
Very good. We want it up probably 3 feet.
Okay, that's enough of that.
You want
Can
to
you hold that breakdown and then I can operate this quicker?
Okay. You ready?
10-4.
Man, that moves smooth. I
Okay,
mean,
hang on just a second. Let me regroup.
okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that just went.
Yeah, you released the brake too much. And it dropped.
Oh, it dropped.
Yeah.
Dang it! This thing,
It keeps binding.
the pipe wrench is not coming loose.
Catching on the keyway.
Yeah.
Because it turned a little bit the other way when you
But when it went the same way I'm turning, didn't it?
I don't think so.
Felt like it.
How far up is the car now?
Boot high. It's probably up 10-12 inches.
Oh, very good.
So we can see under
Start
it.
seeing underneath it.
It's good. I take it back. It was going the right direction.
So that motor.
Oh, yeah. Counterweights.
Yeah, it's
The
gonna help
counterweight.
There's
you.
nothing in the car.
Yeah, because it felt like it went the same way I was turning it.
It did. I
So
thought
maybe
it
if you
did.
just
You
put the
want
brake
me
down.
you want me to try to release the brake?
Don't want to do just that.
Okay.
I like to have something in safety.
Because it is turning easy now. I mean, it's almost wanting to go by itself.
Well, good. We'll put an electric fan motor on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go just get Harbor Freight.
Looks like we're opening King Tut's tomb down here.
I can't. I'm jealous. You get to see what's under there before me.
Yeah, Kurt,
We should have had him
Chris said
video.
he's jealous because you get to see it first.
There may be skeletal remains. I'm not for sure.
Little raccoon, maybe. All right, we want to be up about 3 feet or so.
We got to be at 2 by
I'll
now.
let you know.
Okay,
Someone's always said asshole beats it's all engine, huh?
pretty much.
Alright, that's good.
Brake on.
That's a break right there. Okay, so first time the elevator's been lifted in gosh knows how long. And I'm excited to go down and see what's underneath. It's probably just empty concrete floor. It can't be too much in there, but I thought maybe it's possible over the years somebody dropped something. That'd be too much luck. But let's go see what it looks like. Oh wow, it did come up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Hey,
What the deal is,
uh-huh.
this is their lead. Look at this. These are the wires up there. They have just folded those over right here.
Uh-huh.
I bet our wires right here, they're up there.
Uh-huh.
I'm not for sure, but and then they've added red wires and pull through. They've left that box where they could pull them through, and so maybe they've run something, maybe a hoist or something to lift. See it goes up and over. You see that over there. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know. There's a lot of
I still want to get down there with a metal detector. See how many diamond rings there are.
yeah. There's a treasure chest lid or something over there. You see
Some
that?
kind of a lid, yeah.
Yeah, the handle. So,
So I'm
pot of gold.
not super excited about getting underneath it.
Yeah, it's
But one thing was when you took the brake off, it came up by itself. Mm-hmm. Like, because the counterweights.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell it was
So in order to get under there, we need to have a couple fail safes. We have this beam here. We're going to put some beams across this brick. But here's the thing. I don't think it'll fall because it's got the counterweights.
That's what I said.
If anything, it's gonna go up.
The cable would have to break.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going up.
And yeah, so it's fairly low risk. So, okay. Colonel, you want to help me grab one of these guys? We're going to just put this across the platform there, and that'll be a fail-safe. Okay, so we've got our security brace here. There's a safety pocket down there. Unless the cables break, if something gave way up there, the elevator's going up because of the counterweights, not down. But if all those cables broke, which every one of them would have to break, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're pretty good.
Is that one of our counterweights, or what is that? For
It looks like a lid for something. I wanted to run a metal detector down there and see if we find any diamond rings. There's an old shoe pouch, Red Man.
I don't know what that is, but it don't move. Maybe that's a drain.
Oh, could be because water. This is a low point, so they probably would have put a drainage valve in there.
Holy glockenspiel.
Yeah. So what they did was, this is the cable that travels with, and it goes into the box right there. They just folded it back around itself and taped it up. So there's no connection at all. That's why we weren't getting continuity on anything. So right now, we're going to hopefully reconnect that, and then we'll have what we need up top. But then again, we got the problem. Oh, but we'll be able to test for which one's which, though, right?
Yeah.
The problem is, if it had been hooked up, we knew everything was going to the right place.
Yeah.
Now we don't have that. So.
I'll figure it out.
Well, just the fact that the elevator is up, it has moved. That is a epic step forward. So. Okay.
Found his loop that we looked for an hour last night at the hotel. Found it before. Right where he was sitting.
Yeah. So Kern was saying that like the way this is done, it had to be done intentionally.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They
So,
folded it back. They cut the wires. That way, there was no power to control or the motor.
yeah, and that makes total sense.
Yeah,
Because
and then they lowered it.
so this building was in probate. There was disagreement about who would inherit it or whatever. It went to
Yeah.
the court system, but somebody had put giant framing screws in these doors
Yeah.
so that they couldn't open.
Yeah,
They broke the key off in the fork truck,
Yeah.
which was working at the time.
Yeah.
And now it looks like they did this. It's because there was so much stuff on the second and third floor.
yeah. Okay. Do
See?
you want to check continuity?
Yeah, see if he's got a shunt across.
So they were looking for a wire with black dots on it. What does that black dots do? It
It's
identifies-
just a marking for the wire, so you knew which one it was.
okay. So that's the one we're looking
Could
for.
be used as like a ground.
So
maybe.
we know which are the 3 wires we need now, right?
We think.
We think we do. Okay.
Neil's doing the resistors, so he's.
They were all taped together. Neil's putting that's the last step on that board.
Can you go up
Yeah.
and those wires? He'll tell you just twist them together,
Okay.
and we'll check and make sure here.
Well, I've got them twisted together here, so
Oh.
I was going to have him read continuity up there.
Okay.
Okay. So just tell him that he needs to read continuity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Anything
then,
else?
and then that will hook up, and then I've rebuilt the switch, so we'll hook the switch up, and then we should be good to go.
Well, I've got this like little sneaky suspicion that things are moving forward right now.
yeah.
Look at this one.
Yeah. So we got a bell wire and a
It's
trip
completely chewed through.
or a limit switch in there, and then the main control one. So those are the 3 droopy wires. So now I got to go up, let them know that they've identified the 3 wires, the up, down, and then the control wire. And we're going to look for continuity. And now hopefully we'll have it. And then we're super close. That one's got it.
Same.
25, 24, 25, 24.7.
In there?
16, 13, 11, 8, 5, 2,
Roughly.
3.2, 2.5, 12, 1.8, 1.7, 1.6. Uh, 3 to 5, something like that.
Yeah, all it needed was a wheel.
Yeah, those ones are all free hanging
Okay, well,
down there.
all right, I got continuity on the 3 original ones, assuming you want the tracer to be common, I guess. No, that wasn't tracer, it wasn't common. But anyway, I got continuity on them, and might as well tie the rest of them in so we can have some more functions.
But the rest have ate the wiring, and but we're just going to hook up the control switch right now and go with it.
Okay, well, I'd sure like to have a couple of spares.
It's up, and if we need to, we can get back in. We've got it secured, and
Okay.
So while we're downstairs, Neil cleaned the
we're tied in. We're going to go up top into the cart and put the controls in.
Neil cleaned up the sign here, so you can read that. How'd you get that clean? Spit on it? WD-40. That'll do it.
It's got good salt and secret.
Okay, so now
Let me know
that
when you're ready.
I shall. I'm getting in position.
now that we kind of identified the right wires, we're going to do a continuity test when they push the up and down buttons, so we'll know which wires are which. And is he already holding the button down? Is that what's going
Hey,
on?
push one of those buttons
Okay.
and hold it down.
We're going to do up.
I get nothing.
We're not sure on the wires up there, which one. We just hooked up three that we assumed were the right ones, but we did hook up the one with the black.
Okay, I'm getting continuity between the one with the black tracer and one of the other wires.
That will be up. You can mark it.
So
Alrighty, try down.
Down.
No, that's going to be one of the other wires. Hold on a few minutes and I'll get them prepared.
10-4.
okay, so we've got our ceramic resistors installed.
Nice.
Bob's nuts. Stick 'em down
wire nuts.
here, please.
Just in this front?
Yeah, wherever there's room.
He said he was waiting for Bob's nuts. I was like, what?
Anybody will tell you I'm nuts.
Oh, as long as you're up here.
Underneath of it, so
Oh,
I have about this much room.
We disabled one of the brakes and put a wire nut on it.
Oh, I thought there was 3 feet already in the pit.
And these are our three,
Well, there is, but if it fell, there wouldn't be anything
one,
to stop it.
two,
but
three
me.
power cables.
There's no spring.
No. Now disconnect those
So
three and
disconnect
then put
all
these
three
three
of
in its
those.
place.
Okay.
Yeah, hook
Okay.
them up with by the colors. Start with
So,
black.
so we pulled those out and we're gonna,
Yeah.
Start with black.
Yeah, do the black one first.
yeah, they're all three black. Very funny. Okay.
And,
Do you have that, is this the one that fits those hex nuts?
you got a red dot on the back. On the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
It's the one.
But that radiator's in the way. All right, I'm gonna start with the other two.
We're not using it this time of year anyway.
Now the what? I hope these grab okay because these are tiny wires compared to those.
You can double them over too if it'll
Yeah,
help
bend
you.
it. That's
Oh,
why
okay.
I stripped it back so far.
Okay, that one went in okay.
Okay.
You can use the end of this as pliers for that.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can get it first.
Nice thing about the Miller strippers, they got these holes here that you can use it to bend the hook or screw connection.
Yeah, and I use the screw cutters all the time.
Oh, I don't use any of that.
Well, when I and I put the receptacles in those boxes,
Yeah.
the screws will go in and hit the conduit nuts.
Oh.
So you've got to shorten the screws on the receptacles
Yeah.
or they'll bottom out.
I would use a pair of pliers.
And it doesn't screw the threads up.
Not that much.
Yeah.
Not so much it won't go in.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you gotta remember the late model boxes are all plastic.
Yeah.
Use drywall screws if you want to.
You know what? I use drywall screws more than not.
Really?
I hate them. I hate those screws that come with them. Try to run them in plastic. They fight you the whole way.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, I've also found that some of the plastic boxes over the years, they'll get a little brittle and then they bust out and then the screws won't hold anymore.
Yeah, I've had good luck with the Carlin
Yeah.
blue boxes.
Yeah,
They
I
seem to
try to
work
use
real
mostly
well.
the blue boxes. What?
Okay, so they're
Now,
hooked up.
woo! It's interesting that they make carbon blocks for one side of the contact.
Yeah, I couldn't believe there's carbon blocks in the elevator buttons.
Yeah, did you look at the nameplate on the motor? It's very, very interesting reading.
Really?
It's an elevator service motor. Made for the job. I think it says speed rated output 720 RPM or something like that.
Okay, so they twisted the wires that run down together and they got polarity. They identified the 3 wires that go to the control panel. But when we push the button, we don't get the signal that we need. So we're thinking the actual contacts in the buttons, they're not making good contact, allowing the circuit to flow through. So they said to go down and see if I can remember where they were connected, which is, I put ribbons on them. I don't know if they pulled those off or not, but ooh, almost fell. We'll see.
I have, this one has to go here because the other ones are way too short. So
Yeah,
just using common sense. I mean, so
Yeah.
that had to go to the switch,
yeah.
you know, and these look original. So, when we push in there, that makes contact on both sides. So we tie in there. So the deal is which one's up and down. But you had,
We don't know ourselves. We just know we have 3. We have just got the 3 wires identified.
okay,
And they say
so
if you can get them connected to the right place, then we can test up there which one's which. If that makes any sense at all.
So if this is, may have this one. So it goes through the switch, comes over here, comes down. This wire here may be our issue.
Let me see if I can get a different a real screwdriver.
Because what the deal is, where this goes should have both of them. Yeah, that screws into that. And this jumps over there. So yeah, that should be right. See how that jumps over there
Yeah.
to this side. And then that screws into this side.
Yeah.
But bet you it's the center one here. Bet you it's this one right here.
That's got a few on them. I'm gonna go see if I can find you an actual screwdriver. You need to have the right tools. How's this look?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, so that goes to both sides, definitely. So then we got to go over here and put our leads in. We just don't know which up and down. So this one and this one. So theoretically, if it's sitting there, this is a little bit longer wire. Put it at the top.
I mean, if they're in the wrong position, all it means is up is down and down is up.
Yeah, yeah, which, I mean, we just, yeah,
Just
as
switch
long
them.
as, yeah, do that later. But I'm just using common sense here on wires where they cut and,
Yeah, I mean, if they're the exact length right to the terminal, then
Yeah.
that's probably where it goes.
yeah, this one here is too short. There's an inch or so between. Yeah, we've got it here. I was wiggling the bottom pieces. Probably what the deal is the carbon's burnt off on the inside. They're so short. And so, yeah. What deal is
Go
there's
back to the other one.
probably the same thing. Those carbon deals in there, they wear down. And they're probably so short that when you're pushing, they're not making the full contact all the way through.
Okay.
You know, you might be able to bend to where
Oh, bend the.
these down a little bit where they put more pressure.
It says we got it.
10-4.
We got it. Whew.
Well, I looked at it. I mean, that's, I'm not sure exactly, but I think that's almost the way we had it before. But we may have had this out there, but
Yeah.
but it's definitely
It's in the right
definitely-
place now, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool beans.
I mean, we keep making these incremental steps forward.
Yep.
Each step is
Yep.
moving us closer, but now that they've got that hooked up, there's still more testing to do, right? How to hook up, now that they know which wire is which, how to hook it up.
Yeah.
And then I think we test the old motor and then we put it on the new one.
Okay. Cool. I want to reroute this in behind the box.
Okay. Oh, almost lost my stool. With their safety brake.
It is not.
Okay, turn it on, please.
Or power on.
Well, nothing's smoking.
No jolts.
Not so far.
If you try to move the cart, let us know because we got stuff under it.
Okay, well, I'm not, that motor's not hooked up. I'm turning off the other one.
All right, 10-4. Just let us know if you want us to try the car button.
Something's wrong. Did that turn?
I wasn't looking at it. No.
Okay, power off.
Neil was just saying it acts like it has a bad fuse. So next thing to
No,
test.
it acts like one phase is missing.
Oh, one phase is missing. Okay.
It could be a bad fuse. Fuses are all good.
Fuses are good.
So we have a wiring situation of some sort.
So he just said that the motor hummed, which indicates that it's not powered on all three phases. So that's, and the fuses are good. So, So one of the 3 wires that we connect to the motor came out because I didn't get it in there, I guess, connected. So-
Power on.
Whoa, that sure worked. And the opposite way. Woo!
Okay, we got it working.
Sounds good. Hallelujah. Amen. Oh.
Try your up and down buttons.
Trying the up and down buttons from the car. He's
We're
pushing.
trying the up. We're trying the down. Nothing.
Yeah, we're not getting anything either way. Alright, turn power off again, please.
All right, power off. We just got to get the grim ones.
And they still make them?
I was talking about the movie. That's me. All right, a little bit different.
Not much.
Okay, Neil, so what just happened just now?
What just happened is we tried manually operating forward and reverse contactors, and everything was fine turning that motor.
Bob's on his way. That's the help.
So the motor works fine. The forward, which is those 3, worked. The reverse, which is those 3, worked, we think.
Right, but the control that tells them to work is not working.
Yeah, so the control panel down in the elevator, we've got something happening where it's not communicating right. So, but that's a great great sign that thing works now. Because there was no guarantee that thing even worked, right? That could have been something that they removed because it didn't work.
Right.
But it does.
I think when I put my jumper in for the what you call it, the phase loss detector, I think that the controls will come back alive. The reason it works when I tried it this way is I was manually operating the contactor, not looking for a control voltage. I was just looking back at it wrong. And it does.
Well, that thing worked beautifully, forward and reverse. But we just.
So, can't we jump those direction contactors right there with the jumper and make sure that the contactors are kicking in?
They're working, but the coil's not pulling in. And probably all I need is a jumper on the, what you call it back there, on the phase loss detector.
Oh,
So I gotta jump the bottom 2 terminals. And I think,
so you were pushing the direction contactors manually.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and we know that the power works that way.
So there's no reason we can't go ahead and hook this motor back up then, right?
That's correct.
You want me to do it, or do you want to do it, Chris?
Good one. He's here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm serious. Do you want me to go back there and do it? You unhooked it.
Go for it.
All right.
Hold on. Oh, you mean put
Yeah,
those back in?
Yeah,
Ah,
disconnect this
okay.
and hook the old motor.
I thought you were
back
talking about something a lot more complicated. I was
No,
like,
no, no.
Well, this was a little complicated because one of the wires came out.
So remove those and then put the originals back in their
Yeah.
positions.
Yeah,
Okay.
the 3 motor wires, original motor
Yeah,
wires.
we might have to reverse.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So we wired past the out of phase detector, and what's getting jumped, Bob?
I have no idea. I'm just doing what he told me.
Okay,
Girl named Kitty.
a girl named Kitty. He's jumping something together. Basically, it's a process of bypassing the phase detector.
You didn't have to say it.
Didn't have to say that, yeah. Which,
Yeah, I got it.
as I understand it, as it was told to me by a wise man, that used to be important, but not so much anymore, yeah?
For one thing, they're not generating their own power.
They're not generating their own power.
And commercial power is a lot more dependable now.
Yeah. Commercial power is more dependable. I'm repeating because of the fan. I'm not sure if it's picking up your voice, so that's why I was. I'm hard of hearing anyway.
What'd you say?
I'm hard to see. I'm hard to see.
Jumper's in.
It only took 4 guys 4 days to get this to this point, yeah?
Yeah.
Plus a year. Okay, so let's talk about powering it up again.
Now,
Okay.
this time theoretically it should move, correct?
Get ready.
So you want me to go down and video the car?
Yeah, video that. We'll stay in contact on the CB.
Well, he's got to turn the main switch on and off.
Well,
Yeah.
Kern will as well.
Yeah. So film before you push any button.
Okay.
And I'll film whatever happens up here.
Okay.
Keep 911 on speed.
Neil said to keep 911 on speed dial. It's pretty speedy to call him. It's only 911, so.
Yeah, well, like the old joke says, hey, I need the number of 911. Call him.
Yeah. What's the number to 911? It's on. No smoke.
Wow.
Had a pop down here.
Yeah, probably the breaker tripping. We had a big pop up here too. Something's wrong. Thank you. Turn it off if it isn't already.
Oh, it'll be off.
So we removed the jumper.
Power on.
Oh. It hummed.
Yeah.
Didn't turn.
Probably got a fuse.
Blown fuse.
Okay, power off.
10-4, power off.
Yeah, I probably blew a fuse last time. Those wires are all tight up there. Motor leads.
Yeah, they were pretty tight.
As long as one of them's not falling out.
They're all tight. That third one, I wish it was deeper in there, but
Well, put it in.
let me mess with it a little bit and see if I can get it any deeper. So we removed the little bus and then
Power on.
connected the brake.
Okay, power it down.
He just ohmed out the windings in the motor and checked them for shorts, and everything checks okay in the motor.
Okay. That's good. That's a
You can hook them back up. And let's check the brake.
Now,
Okay.
you still don't think that it makes any difference on the 3 legs, which is the high leg?
No.
Okay.
Because the motor looks at leg to leg.
Okay. I'm just spitballing. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
All right, turn on.
So we disconnected one of the brake wires. And he's going to manually operate the brake.
Okay, you
Yep.
ready?
Yep.
Something happened down here. I think the cart went up.
Yes, it did.
The cart went up.
It
There.
seems like it's running on low voltage,
I
though,
think
doesn't
somebody broke in and stole the cart. It's not here.
it? It's gone.
There you go.
Yeah, it shot up. I don't know how far it shot up,
It's
but
only a second.
Oh,
it's like
I'm
on
trying to see the underneath of the cart really good now.
it's on the second floor right now. So
Okay.
Yeah, it will travel on its own, too. Once it gets started and that counterweight kicks in, it was taking it.
yeah.
So what we have is the brake not being told to release.
Oh yeah, so the brake's not releasing.
Okay, let's do one other thing. I'm going to have him try it again. I want you to manually release the brake. I'm going to go down where the brake hooks up and see if we got voltage. You want to do that?
Why don't we not bother releasing the brake and see if we have voltage? Well, that's right.
Well, it's going to make a huge draw if we don't, if the
That's
motor's
true.
not running.
We'll disconnect the motor and try it.
I'm back and stand by at the juice box. Just let me know.
Oh, that's true. We could
Alright.
we could pull a motor lead, couldn't we?
Yeah. Okay, turn it off if it isn't already.
10-4 off.
Well, that thing worked for a second. It worked. It took
The elevator ran.
Yeah. So,
Neil, you've had success.
all right, guys, that's it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Okay, is he powered down?
All right, so we're gonna disconnect it. We have diagnosed finally that it's just not releasing the brake. We've diagnosed that finally
tighten
the
the
motor's
power down?
working fine.
I just want
But-
to be sure.
Power is
Something
down.
is not releasing the brake for it to go. So
Power is off.
we're almost there.
Very good. Power on.
So we're just looking for voltage at the
Yeah.
brake terminal, right?
Yep.
Ten four. Power on.
Okay, I've got you on.
You got power?
You tell me. You got the meter.
I got the thing. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's right. 4 volts. Nope.
No voltage going to the.
Nope.
Okay, so that's an issue.
Okay, power it down.
10-4. Power off.
So it's not releasing because there's no power going to it, right?
Exactly. It's not releasing, I guess you would say, because it's not being told to.
It's not being told to release. So we're gonna get power from something.
I'm going to use the motor controller to power the brake, and we're going to see if the brake actuates. If the brake actuates, that's another step.
Yes.
Okay. Basically, we're just, like I said, we're spitballing.
Okay. Well, yep. There we go. It moved.
Yeah, there was brake.
Yep.
Move the cord. Power off, please.
What do you think, Chief?
Power's off.
I don't know. High voltage controls, in my experience, been 110.
I mean, is there any reason that shouldn't work like that?
It stands to reason to me. You might look at the book and see if they're.
Would the motor be generating anything as it winds down that would hold the brake on? That's a thought. It could keep the brake energized because it's creating power.
Yeah. Build it. There's going to have to be a separate relay.
But we know it's good.
Yes.
So what are you testing for now, Bob?
The brake solenoid.
Brake solenoid.
Okay, turn it back on, Kern, just briefly. I'll tell you when to quit.
10-4. Ours on.
We need this.
Well, he's going to actuate that up there, and if you get a voltage reading, then we know that's the actuator for the brake, right?
Got anything?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
In the top over on that side.
So Bob's trying to route.
There's two big terminals, like straight down from here,
Yeah,
and
that's the relay.
it's hooked into that.
So those are directly connected to the brake, right?
Yeah,
More-
B2.
more or less.
B2 is green, and then it hooks to a terminal there, and then it eventually runs to this big resistor. See this green one here?
Aha. Resistors again.
It's running in this big coil on this side.
So maybe we got a bad connection there. That could be a problem.
Well, we know B1's got to be hot because B2 is what we're losing because B1 is coming right off the motor.
Yes.
So we know B1 is golden. We just got to figure out where we're losing B2.
Other end of that is right below, but
That's a purple. Yeah, that's a purple. Purple is going down to motor lead.
Is it that third one that wasn't seating well?
No, this is something different. Okay, so one motor lead is connected to one side of the brake. Another motor lead is effectively connected to the other
Side of the brake through this
Through
relay.
that relay. Okay, now what we need to do is figure
What's-
out how to energize it.
What's the control circuit for that relay? And one side of that relay is going to a resistor. The other side is going right to,
That's the only thing. Dash pot.
looks like it.
And it is probably not working. Although I did push it in manually while you're
Yeah, but this is probably the one that counts.
Yeah, they probably both have to be in. Or maybe not. The coil on this,
Is controlled apparently by this one.
I don't know, where's the wires go? Are you ready?
So
Yeah, I have
we realized that connections to those resistors were kind of loose.
Power on.
We've re-tightened them, and now we're checking to see what the voltage is on the actual brake.
I'm showing like 21.
Let me try this out. We get there.
Still 21. Hang on a second. I'm showing 22 across. Oh, it's 22 millivolts, I think.
Okay, you're looking at leakage.
I'm on volts.
Yeah, for 22 millivolts. It's leakage.
Okay. Yeah, but we're still not getting anything to energize that brake.
Give me a second, I'll tell you when.
Alrighty. If it stops, like we hope it will, then I'll go to
Power on.
the lower solenoid.
Okay, we're on.
Nope, brake didn't release.
It tried though, it jumped,
Yeah,
but it ain't pulling in hard enough.
that's because the motor was drawn too much. Okay, power off again.
Well, is that always going to be an issue then?
What makes it?
10-4, power's off.
Yeah, he's really getting sketchy.
Power off. Power off, please.
So we don't even have contactor control.
Power is off.
Thank you.
Well, Neil, can I turn this air conditioner off for a second since we're going down?
Turn it off, period.
Okay.
Hey Neil,
Yes, sir.
I know why the last experiment didn't work.
Why?
We ran the brake solenoid through the soft start.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense, don't it?
Yes.
I'm down there and I'm like, how dumb could you be?
Through this monster resistance.
Yes. So that's why it didn't slam in. It was running on low voltage.
So,
Should
would-
have checked voltage across it.
So would you guys mind giving just kind of an overview of where we are, what happened, what the current status
We're in
is?
Charleston, Illinois.
Charleston, Illinois.
We're facing a week of hard labor and
Yeah.
few results.
Yeah.
Well, basically, there's still some issues with the oil control panel. Some of it's working, some of it's not working. The motor runs, the brake is not releasing on its own. When we released the brake manually, the car went up just like it should. Everything was working. So now it's not major. We know the major components are working. It's just working out the bugs.
And why is it you can't wire the brakes right into the same power as the motor?
Because the motor has what I call a soft start.
Yeah.
It instead of putting a big giant jolt on the electric, it kind of spins up as it goes.
And a big jerk on the
Right.
mechanism.
So that gives you a much smoother ride in the car. Well, since that's the case, we tried hooking the brake to that, and there's not enough power to slam that solenoid in and release that brake. So that's basically.
So the brake has to go a little bit
The
before.
brake needs to go full power, kicked on, and then the motor can soft start and it'll go.
Right.
Okay.
The motor will control its own speed.
Yep.
Okay, but we had it moving up and down.
That's right. I mean, we've seen movement. We've seen everything work now. So we've made gigantic. Neil has made gigantic progress.
So the story's not over yet. The other thing is that the actuators are not actuating, right?
Right,
Under
but
power.
that's a wiring issue. It's not catastrophic.
Okay. Okay. Whew, so
When I get home, I'll look that up and get it headed to you, and I'll see if I can find some suitable buttons and put them in the mail.
Okay.
Neil has an original diagram for this, wiring diagram for it. So
And we don't have it with us, which makes it even harder for us to try to track down the wiring on it. I mean, we've gotten pretty far without it, but we're to the point now we need to actually have the print and trace the wires down individually.
And my 11x17 printer took a dump.
Yeah, his printer is printless.
Well, it's a Hewlett-Packard 4V. It's an old one,
Yeah, aren't we
but
all?
but it works right when it works.
Yeah. So do we, but barely.
My new one, the 4200, is nice too.
All right, so
Okay.
I guess that's basically it.